We play and call it work.
Learning Infinity Bat Rep.
Hey there, MiniWarGamers, and welcome to another Infinity Battle Report. I'm joined today by Fred, who's come all the way up from Australia.
G'day, lads and ladies.
There we go. So this is actually kind of exciting because lately it's just been all the local pool that I've been able to play with. So having somebody come in and bring their beautifully painted Morat force.
Tabletop standard.
I think it's beautiful. You guys will get a shot of that. So anyway, we're going to be playing a pair of 300-point games today. The very first one we're going to be doing is going to be the Frontline ITS mission. So a couple classified objectives there, and just see where we go and trying to hold certain capture zones. So we're going to go take a look at the armies and the board. But remember, if you guys ever want to take part in any of these battle reports, go to miniwargaming.com/challenge. All the contact information is right there. We'd love to have you guys come in. You guys are our lifeblood. We love to see you. We love to see new armies like Fred's army here. And looking forward to hearing from you. So let's go take a look at the scenario and the armies. So here we have Fred's Morats. So why don't you just quickly take us through what sort of open information you have here?
Sure. So this is a second combat. This is the second combat group. There are two Icadron Batroids. They've got baggage, double light flamethrowers. This fellow in the behind, he's just a civilian model. It's just an old Morat hacker. The main combat group's over here. And this is comprised of a Zerat sniper, so she's an infiltrator with mimetism. The Morat Vanguard hacker with the EI hacking device. There are two heavy infantry, so two Sogorats, one of which is armed with a HMG, the other one's armed with a Furbark. The lieutenant is Kornak, who is medium infantry but linkable with these two heavy infantry. He has Strategos level 1, which means that his lieutenant special order here can be used for any model.
Nice.
This moves on to the final part of the first combat group, which consists of 5 Datarazis. The ones in the rear will all count as having chain rifles, and there is a 5th Datarazi, which is this one, who's armed with a combi rifle. They're all regular, but also impetuous.
All right, excellent. Looks good. And here's my 300 points of steel Phalanx. So I have one combat group right over here, 2 net rods with 2 Thorakides. One has the light rocket launcher, the other one just has a combi rifle right there. The second combat group, oh sorry, and he's also a forward observer. And then the second combat group over here, I have Achilles right over there on his lonesome. I have a small group of Myrmidons right there, 2 with combi rifles, 1 chain rifle, and 1 Myrmidon with the assault hacking device. I have Macon right there, just to have a doctor kicking around. I have an Agema marksman with a missile launcher, and I have a Ekdromos with a hacking device. And then this little lady over here is just my civilian HVT. So there we go. One quick correction, I didn't actually have a Thorakides with light rocket launcher. I had the Thorakides with chain rifle and submachine gun forward observer, and the Thorakides with combi rifle and nanopulsar. So we're going to roll for choosing the deployment order and turn order. So I got a willpower 15 here. So 18 to your 13. I think you won that one. So here we have the table. So as you can see on this side, we have my steel Phalanx, having deployed all the way across right here. We have the net rods that have come down in good protective cover. And we have our one link team being led by Macon right there. And across the table, we have Fred's Morats. As you can see, the one infiltrator right there. So a couple of the Sogorats, another one hiding behind those crates there. Actually, you got a lot of guys hiding behind crates. Yeah, we're just gonna come around this side of the table here. Just because there's a lot hiding. See, there's another one right there.
So, Datarazi chain rifle, Datarazi combi rifle, hacker, prone, Datarazi chain rifle, Icadron, Kornak, the link leader, and the 2 Sogorats that he's linked with. They're within 8 inches, so they can count as a link team. Another Datarazi chain rifle, civilian here, and then the Zerat sniper, infiltrator, and prone. Yeah,
that sniper might cause some problems. So there we go. Now we did roll off, and Fred opted to choose deployment order, having me deploy first, him second. So I will actually opt to choose the turn order, and I think I'll go first just to see if I can sort of thin his ranks a little bit before we go into it. So let's get into it. And before we even get going, he's going to opt to use one of his command tokens just to reduce my primary command pool by 2. And to start everything off, my Gamma Marksman with the missile launcher is going to expend an order and fire into your, what did you say she was called?
Zerat Sniper.
The Zerat Sniper there. So my range band, I'm going to be sitting at 0 modifiers for that, but you're prone, so my -3 to my, or sorry, +3 to your cover right there.
Correct.
And I will be generating an ARO.
Yes, that's correct. So she will ARO with shooting.
Okay.
The 2 Sogorats will ARO by shooting, and the Dadarazi Sniper, Dadarazi Combi Rifle will also ARO by shooting back. So there'll be 4 AROs in total.
Alright, I better make this one shot count then. So my multi-spectral visor will be ignoring your mimetism over there, but because you are prone, you're still getting the cover. So I'm going to need 10s, you're going to need 11s. I'm going to be using the explosive anti-material mode here. So let's see what happens. 8.
Oh.
Ooh.
9!
9! Oh no!
Double action.
Okay, that's gonna hurt a little bit. So against the double action, I got 2 arm rolls to make right here. Now thankfully he's courageous, so if he doesn't die, he's still gonna be sticking around. And nope, he is gonna drop unconscious. And to think, that was just one of the arrows right there. So we're gonna go check into range and just see how much more damage goes up against this Agema. Forbach hitting on 10s due to cover and range.
And rolling 2 dice since they're a link team.
Yep.
3. Crit and hit.
Yeah, so he is just dead at this point. So now that I'm realizing some errors of my deployment, I gotta try and make the best of the situation. So I'm going to elect to spend an order and move this link team forward 4 inches, and then they're going to attempt to drop some smoke as their second short order there. So basically just get them a little bit closer. And that's definitely going to generate some AROs. I believe your sniper right there and your Feuerbach and your HMG, I believe, can all see them. So checking out the AROs here, the sniper here is going to target Makion. So with my ODD and whatnot, that's going to be -6 to your roll, but your range band might help that a little bit. And your Feuerbach and your HMG from the Sogorats are going to target this unfortunate little guy right there. So let's get the sniper and Makion out of the way here.
Yeah, sure.
So we have the opposed rolls here, one for my smoke, one for your shot. So the Zerat, after factoring in range band and ODD, is going to need 8s. I'm going to need 16s for throwing my smoke right down there. And link team, so I got the 2 burst here. Alright, so that's both going to go off.
Miss.
Alright, so the smoke goes off and I have a little bit of protection there. But this one little Myrmidon could still go down. Feuerbach taking a shot with ODD, needing 7s to hit the Myrmidon.
6.
So that is going to be a single hit right there. So 1 hit's going to go through, so I do have 2 saves to make here, armor piercing, so armor goes down to 1 in this case, so I need to roll 14s, basically, to stay alive. And he is going to drop unconscious. And the Sogarat with the HMG going to be hitting on 10s against that Myrmidon. Got a couple shots coming my way. Oh,
Hit.
1 hit right there.
Damage 15.
Alright, so I need to roll a 15 to stay alive.
13 or above.
It was actually 13 or above, but either way, a roll of a 20 will keep him alive. I'm going to spend another order, but at this point, I'm actually going to be breaking the link. Because what Makon is going to do is he's going to wander over there, and he's going to attempt to basically revive the Myrmidon who's dropped down. So it's going to be a willpower 15 roll to try and bring the Myrmidon back up, which will succeed. That's back up. That will also give me the experimental drug, which basically required me to bring an unconscious trooper back from, well, with a doctor or a medkit right there. I'm now going to use one of my command tokens. I'm actually going to relink this team right here and hopefully get them moving again. I'm going to drop another order on them, and I'm actually just going to start moving them around this way, around the crates, just because I want to get them out of line of sight of those big, heavy weapons there. And he'll obviously get up from being prone and wander over there for the first short order. Now the second short skill here, I'm actually going to trust in my ODD, and I'm actually going to declare another move order here. Now you will have an ARO with your 1 Dadarazi right there. That's the guy with the combi rifle, correct?
Correct.
Alright. He's going to need 2s between the range and the ODD, so go ahead and just take your shot there.
Here goes.
Nah, close, but not quite. So we'll just finish off my last 4 inches of movement there. And that's going to bring him right up to the cover there. And actually,
actually, because it's simultaneous, that might bring him into a better range band.
Oh, that is true, actually.
So that's 21.
Either way, though, even with a better range band, I think you would have needed at least 5s.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So that's just going to bring all the Myrmidons right up there, with Macon sort of hiding behind cover there.
Yeah.
I'm going to use another order, and I'm going to move Achilles up 6 inches, which is just going to put him right back there. And we're going to check on some arrows here. No arrows generated, so he's actually going to use his second one, and I shouldn't have moved him that close to the HVT. And he's just going to move pretty much right over to that wall there. Yeah, you know what, I'm committed to that. That'll be an arrow. Fairbach with the range and ODD is going to be hitting on 7s against Achilles, so go ahead and roll those dice.
Nothing.
No hits. And your Zerat right there as well. And the Zerat hitting on 8s due to range and ODD. That will miss as well. And I'm going to use my Lieutenant token as well at this point. And just going to plow it. Oh, no, I'm not going to use my Lieutenant token because he is not my Lieutenant. So won't be using that token.
Okay.
At this point, I'm going to use my Ectromoy's order to try and bring him in, and Fred's going to try and contest it with some hacking abilities.
Are you doing...
So Fred's going to be using shield, or sorry, U-turn here to try. Sorry, it's actually hack transport aircraft there, so he's going to have a -6 on his willpower roll. I'm going to have a straight up physical on this one. So I have 13s and you need 7s. And once I find the D20 here, there we go. So I got a 6 and a 12 over there, so he is going to come down, no problem right there. Combi rifle though from that Datarazi will get an arrow against the Ectromoy though. Range band is positive, so he'll be hitting on 14s. And that is a 19, so that won't hit. And in retrospect, I'm looking at that. That's probably not a great decision there, but can't dwell on it. Just going to move on. Going to spend a token over here on these Thorakides, and just going to move him up 4. And let's check for arrows there. No arrows generated. He's just going to use his second short order just to hide up here and see what deployments are, what zone he's going to be straddling when the game ends there. The next Thorakides is going to do the same thing and just move up 4 inches, just staying hugging that cover right there. And same deal, just going to move up his last couple inches there. Going to spend another order and move him right up to the cover right there next to the stairs. And I'm going to declare a shoot against your Datarazi that has the combi rifle there. The Datarazi will need 8s. I'm going to need 6s for this, so I'm banking on my superior weight of fire here.
It usually works.
That's going to be no hits whatsoever.
Nice to go.
But at least nothing back at me. Going to drop the last order in this order pool to move him up 4 inches up the stairs there. So obviously another arrow is going to be issued, but I'm going to declare a shoot action against that Datarazi as well. Because this time I'm in cover, he's going to be hitting on 5s, and I'll still be hitting on 6s. So let's see what happens. I see a 1. Hey, a 1. So our 2 1s are going to cancel each other out, and that is the last of the little orders right there. Not going to use my Lieutenant order just yet. So we're going to go into Morat, turn 1. Starting with all the impetuous orders over here, this Datarazi is just going to start barreling forward.
Okay. I'll just turn around this way.
Yeah, just get a better face in there. Good. Second short skill, he's going to throw some smoke, but I do have some arrows to declare right here from the Ectromoy and the Thorakides. The Ectromoy is going to declare dodge as his arrow, and the Thorakides there is just going to try and hit the Datarazi with his combi rifle. So we're going to do the dodge first because it's unopposed, needing a 13. Yep, so he's just going to dodge inch back and inch back. So that's just going to get him around the corner and hopefully mean he doesn't get completely shot up next turn. And over here, I'm going to need 5s to hit his Datarazi. He's going to need 17 to throw the smoke down successfully. So there is my 16, which is going to fail. And hey, there's that 5 I wanted.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Can I use that?
No.
Okay. Smoke has gone down. Impulsive order on this Datarazi right here. Just going to start moving towards my closest model, which I think is the Ekdromos again.
Yeah, so he has to move a direct move. So,
just going to be jumping straight down there. But at least he's got smoke covering him.
and my...
Still going to be seeing an arrow over here. And your second short order?
I'll be shooting at the Thurakatais.
Alright. With range and cover, you're going to need 5s. I'm going to need a 6 here. So I got a 5.
Oh, I need a crit to get this. Famous last words, right?
No crit.
Oh.
So I did get the shot through, so that will be an arm roll. Need to beat 12.
Oh.
Not quite. So unfortunately the Datarazi right there will drop unconscious. Next impetuous order, this Datarazi is just going to start charging forward
1, 2, 3.
towards the Thorikidi over here. That will provoke 2 arrows from the 2 combi rifle Myrmidons over there. And your second short order?
I'll throw smoke. Yeah.
Right there. Okay.
So,
So Smoke is going to need 17s. My shots are going to need 6s for this. So thankfully Link Team is going to get 2 shots each. And no hits from any of those. So go ahead. Oh, no smoke though. And this Datarazi just moving 4 inches towards the Myrmidons.
second short skill, no arrows. Move forward another 4 inches.
And another impetuous order here from this Datarazi as he moves forward towards the Myrmidons. Order on the Sogorot right here, shifting over, and going to be getting a shot in on Achilles over there. And just to keep them in the Link team, your Link leader there just has to move a little bit closer. So we're looking at range 28 with the HMG here, all the way into Achilles. My arrow is actually going to be to dodge on this one and just start moving him a little bit closer. That's going to be 5 shots, hitting on 10s against my opposed roll of 16, I think it is? Opposed roll of 15. Ooh, okay. Okay, so it should be too hard for me here. He got hit. I rolled an 18. He got hit. So armor 4, so we're going to need 11 to not get hurt from this one.
Greater than 11.
Sorry, yeah, greater than 11, so I need 12. And no, he will take a wound. And the Great Achilles cannot dodge that one. One last arrow to declare. The Myrmidon hacker right here can actually see the Sogorot with the HMG there. So she's just going to take a pot shot, needing a 3 to hit. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a crit. I'll get a 1. That will hit. Alright, so minus 9 to the damage here, so need to roll a 5 or better. And you're golden. So thankfully, because he has martial arts level 4, he does have courage right there, so he's still going to hang around. And Fred enjoyed that so much, he's going to try it again. Needing 10s to hit. Oh, there's 1 hit right there.
Gosh.
So I have a physical of 15. Okay, and that's going to fail.
So I beat you?
Need to roll a 12 or better to not take another wound. Okay, at least that time he's not taking a wound. And he's got courage, so he's going to just elect to not take a guts roll and stay there. Hey, look at that! We're going to try this again.
Oh, also...
Oh yeah, and there is an arrow from the Myrmidon hacker. Needing a 3. Oh, so close. And let's go on and try this again. So once again, I'm going to attempt to dodge. Oh, there's 2 successes there.
9-5.
And look, there's another failure. So once again, needing to roll a 12. Okay, so
and then another one?
and then the other one. Okay, so no damage there. And the arrow from the Myrmidon hacker again, needing a 3. Hey, that's gonna hit.
So it's damage 1.
So you need to roll a 5 or better, or take a wound.
Yep.
And 18, so you are fine. And we're gonna try that again. So needing 10s to hit. Okay, so there's 3 successes right there. Needing a 15.
9.
And I think I finally beat yours. So with Kinematica 2, he's going to get to move forward 4 inches right there, and I think he's also going to partially dodge out of the line of sight of that guy just to stop this annoying barrage of HMG.
I can still see.
You can still see him?
Yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, it was worth a shot. That was as far as he could go. But I still have the Myrmidon hacker hitting on a 3. Nope, that's going to miss. And once again, we're going to try it again. So hitting on 10s, and I will attempt to dodge again. Yeah, So yeah, I'm gonna have a 15 to your 10s. Go for it. And one hit right there. And he's gonna take the hit. So needing to roll a 12 or better. No, so he will take another wound, but he will elect to stay where. Well, actually, might be worth trying to get him to move now. And I'm actually going to elect to move him, try to move him towards full cover, just to get him out of line of sight of that HMG there. And once again, I have the arrow from the Myrmidon hacker hitting on a 3. Nope, that'll miss. Gonna drop another order and start moving the Link team forward.
Myrmidon hacker.
So they're just gonna move down there. And the second short skill, you're gonna try and take out my Myrmidon hacker there?
Correct.
Makes sense. She'll fire back and hope to hit on, yeah, at this point it's gonna be 6s because you're out of cover. The Sogorot will be hitting on, did you say 4s?
4s. Yeah.
4s, and I'll be hitting on 6s. So let's see what happens. I got a 13, so I missed. And
Yes.
no hits from the HMG. Dropping another order on the Link team here. Just going to keep moving them forward. And I assume the second shot is going to be to try to take out the Myrmidon hacker.
That's correct.
Alright, I will shoot back. You know what, I'm not actually going to shoot back. I'm actually going to attempt to drop smoke instead. Just to stop this barrage of being shot at. So I'm going to attempt to drop the smoke right there. HMG will now be hitting on 7s. I'll be trying to drop a smoke, and that's going to be on...
PH plus 3.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 16 for me. Well, you saw how I was dodging, right?
We'll see.
So I got a 9 there.
So I need a crit to hit.
And there's a crit. Alright. So my hacker will just drop unconscious right there, and the smoke fails to go off. Another order being dropped on the Sogorot squads here, or the Link team. Just moving up. Looks like it's going to be a move, because it's virtually unopposed right now. And that's where they're going to end. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the volume card, so I can't be 100% sure, but just looking at this right here, I'm pretty sure Achilles cannot see the Sogorot in the very front there.
Move forward.
So another order on the Link team. This will start provoking some arrows. Here they come. Alright, so your second short order is going to be throwing a flame template down, hitting Achilles and 3 of the Myrmidon Link team there. My response is I'm going to try and engage with Achilles and throw down smoke to block any HMG reprisal there. So I guess the face-to-face is going to be Achilles and the...
Oh no, it's unopposed because the template's...
Oh, that's right, because you automatically hit. Alright then, so let's just see if I can get the dodge in there, or the engage in there. Okay.
So you do.
So he will definitely be engaging. And let's see if I can get the smoke down. And the smoke will be going down there. So in the event that Achilles is able to survive this, then at the very least that HMG is not going to be able to keep firing unless he wants to come through the smoke. Starting with Achilles against the flamethrowers here. Now I need to roll 10 or better twice to get him to stay alive. Nope. Achilles will drop down to unconscious. And now, because it is fire, we have to see if he's going to keep making it. And at least he's no longer burning to death, so there is still a chance Macon can get over there and bring him back. Now this this Myrmidon right there with armor 2 against, you said 13?
Correct.
Yeah, so he's going to need 12s. And that Myrmidon is okay. The second Myrmidon that got hit, he's just going to be outright dead. And then Macon. And Macon also needing 12s, but thankfully has no wound incapacitation. And he is just dead. And that is also the death of my lieutenant. Another order going to be spent on the Link team here, just to move the Sogorots up a little bit closer. So his second short skill is going to use the assault pistol against those two. I'm going to respond with some nanopulsers, I believe, and just get some guaranteed hits in there. The first Myrmidon being hidden on 16s with a burst of 3. So there is 1, 2, 3 with a crit.
Yeah,
so
crit, yeah.
That's going to be 2 arm rolls. Otherwise, he's just going to be out and out dead. So the first one makes it. Second one makes them both, actually. So he's just unconscious. Yeah, so this Myrmidon is just going to drop unconscious right there. And the second one still has his ODD, so neg 6, so hitting on 10s, go ahead.
One hit.
Yeah, one hit right there. So just got one armor roll to make. Oh, I don't think that one will be enough. And I need to roll a 12, so unfortunately he is going to drop unconscious. But at the very least, there's going to be 2 nanopulsers hitting that Silverot right there. So 2 nanopulsers at strength 13 against BTS 3, so you need to roll 11
or greater. B10
11 or
twice.
greater.
And I beat it once. So
Alright, so he will take a single wound.
Move forward.
Using the lieutenant order, just going to move the Link team forward a little bit further. And he's allowed to do that because of Strategos, his Strategos level 1, you said?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, so he can make better use of his lieutenant orders there. And around the corner, the Sogorots go. And there they are. And the Ecodron, going to drop an order over there. Just start moving him up a little bit, just to get into those zones of control. And another Ecodron, just moving forward. And that ends the Morat turn 1, and my, what a learning experience this has been for me, as Fred's Sogorot team just came up and absolutely decimated the bulk of my force right there. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can pull back at all from that loss. So let's go into Steel Phalanx, turn 2. So when at the start of my next turn, there's a couple factors going on here. I have lost my lieutenant, and I've also dropped below the 25% threshold for my army at this point, which puts me into both a state of retreat and a loss of leader. Now, we just spent a little bit of time looking up in the rulebook, and according to page 144, as soon as that happens, it is an automatic defeat for me. Now, there is the suggestion that some tournaments might run a little bit differently and whatnot, but because this is just sort of a friendly game here, we're going to run it by the book, and if tournaments run it differently, then they can run it differently. And unless there's something we missed, then by all means, post a comment down there. So this will end up being a Morat victory. Even if I had another turn, I don't think I had the points to really contest against your Sogorots there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. There is going to be a second one. You can go ahead and click the link to the vault down right below this video here, as always. If you're not a vault member, you can still click the link and get access to a free 7-day trial where you'll get access to all the content, painting tutorials, campaigns, and of course all the paired videos that we always do. So check out the link, and hopefully we see you sticking around. And of course, we are going to have a quick post-game discussion as usual. That will also be in a link below. So you guys can go check that out if you're Vault members, and if you're not, once again, that 7-day free trial. So before we call the game at this one, I just want to give the friendly, awkward left-handed handshake to Fred here.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. So we are going to play that second game, so hopefully I'll learn enough that I'll perform a little bit better. And as always, happy wargaming.